If you are even thinking about spending nearly $400,000 on a truck, stop right now, because this might be the most controversial, ultra-luxury vehicle ever approved for production, and if you don't understand what it really represents, you might completely misjudge it. This is not just another high-end SUV with a bed attached. This is not a tuned AMG experiment. This is the 2026-27 Mercedes-Maybach GLS 800 pickup truck, and whether you love it or hate it, it changes the definition of what a pickup truck is allowed to be. Today on Aussie Rev, we are breaking down everything you need to know before you even consider putting your name on that waiting list, because this is the kind of vehicle that was never meant for everyone, and that is exactly why it exists. Maybach has always represented a certain level of silent authority, a kind of automotive presence that does not shout for attention, yet somehow dominates every space it enters. And for over a century, the brand focused on limousines and ultra-refined luxury sedans before being reborn under Mercedes-Benz to redefine modern executive mobility. But a pickup truck? That was never part of the public narrative. So when documentation surfaced showing a Maybach-coded pickup variant tied to the GLS 800 platform, most people assumed it was fantasy. It wasn't. What we are looking at now is a production-intent luxury pickup engineered not to compete with mainstream trucks, but to serve a microscopic segment of buyers who demand capability without sacrificing prestige. From the outside, the GLS 800 pickup does not look like an SUV converted into a utility vehicle. It looks engineered from the ground up to balance aggression with elegance. The matte exterior finish absorbs light rather than reflecting it, creating a visual mass that feels deliberate and calculated rather than flashy. Every body panel aligns with surgical precision, with minimal gaps and perfectly integrated chrome accents that highlight structure instead of overwhelming it. The front fascia carries the unmistakable Maybach vertical grille, polished and imposing, centered around the iconic three-pointed star that communicates status before the engine even starts. Slim, adaptive matrix LED headlights stretch outward with a focused intensity, scanning the road in real time using multi-zone illumination technology that adjusts beam patterns faster than the human eye can register. Move toward the side profile and you begin to understand the design philosophy even more clearly, because this is where proportion matters most, and the extended wheelbase combined with widened fender arches gives the truck a planted stance that feels intentional rather than exaggerated. Massive 24-inch forged wheels finished in dark chrome sit wrapped in performance all-terrain tires, delivering both aesthetic drama and genuine off-road capability. The air suspension system allows adjustable ride height, lifting the chassis when terrain demands it or lowering it to create a sleek urban posture when cruising city streets. Even the truck bed is treated as a luxury surface, lined with brushed aluminum detailing, embedded LED rail lighting, and a power-operated tonneau cover that retracts smoothly at the touch of a button without a single mechanical sound breaking the silence. Approach the vehicle and it reacts with subtle intelligence because this truck does not rely solely on a key fob signal. It integrates biometric verification technology through advanced capacitive door sensors, recognizing authorized users instantly and activating a sequence of welcome gestures that feel orchestrated rather than automated. The mirrors unfold gracefully, the ambient lighting pulses once in acknowledgement, and the suspension adjusts slightly as if preparing itself for departure. When you touch the flush door handle, it extends outward just enough to be grasped, and the weight of the door as it opens reminds you that this is not lightweight sheet metal, but a reinforced structure engineered for refinement and isolation. Step inside and the transformation from utility vehicle to executive sanctuary becomes undeniable. The cabin is wrapped in hand-stitched Napa leather, with contrast threading so fine it resembles precision tailoring rather than automotive upholstery. The seats offer multi-directional power adjustments, heating, ventilation, and advanced massage functions designed not merely for comfort, but for long-distance fatigue reduction. The steering wheel feels substantial, yet refined, wrapped in perforated leather with embedded touch-sensitive controls that respond instantly without requiring physical pressure. Dual high-resolution displays merge beneath a single glass panel, creating a seamless digital cockpit where the instrument cluster and infotainment system operate in harmony. The ambient lighting deserves special attention because it is not simply decorative illumination, it is engineered mood architecture. Soft rose and magenta tones run along the dashboard contours, through the door trims and beneath the seats, creating an atmosphere that subtly influences emotional state. Studies in environmental psychology show that certain hues reduce stress response and increase perceived control, and this truck leverages that knowledge deliberately. The Burmester 3D surround sound system with over 24 speakers does not overwhelm you with volume. Instead, it creates acoustic depth, eliminating external noise so effectively that silence itself becomes a luxury feature. Rear passengers are treated not as secondary occupants, but as primary stakeholders in the experience, with reclining executive seats, individual climate zones, dedicated infotainment screens, and wireless charging pads integrated seamlessly into the armrests. The cabin insulation combines laminated glass and advanced sound-deadening materials to isolate road imperfections, ensuring that even at highway speeds, conversation remains effortless. This is not simply about transporting people from one location to another. It is about redefining what a pickup cabin can represent in terms of tranquility and authority. Under the hood sits a twin-turbocharged V8 engine, enhanced with mild hybrid EQ boost technology, delivering a staggering 800 horsepower and immense torque that propels this luxury mass forward with surprising urgency. Acceleration figures challenge performance SUVs, with a 0 to 60 time that competes directly with purpose-built sports trucks, despite the additional weight of luxury components and structural reinforcements. The 9-speed automatic transmission anticipates throttle input and terrain variation, adjusting shift patterns intelligently rather than reactively, while the advanced all-wheel drive system distributes torque dynamically across axles to maintain stability in varied conditions. Yet the raw numbers only tell part of the story, because this truck is less about speed and more about composure. Even when accelerating aggressively, the cabin remains composed, vibrations filtered out before they ever reach the driver's seat. High-speed stability is reinforced through adaptive dampers and electronically controlled suspension mapping, allowing the vehicle to feel equally confident on highways and uneven terrain. Fuel efficiency, while not class-leading, reflects a balance between power output and hybrid assistance, acknowledging that buyers in this segment prioritize capability and prestige over economy. Ownership costs reflect the exclusivity of the badge, with premium maintenance requirements, high-end tire replacements, and insurance premiums aligned with ultra-luxury classifications. However, historical resale data from limited production Maybach models suggests stronger long-term value retention compared to mass-produced performance trucks, particularly due to scarcity and brand prestige. Production numbers are expected to remain controlled, not as a marketing gimmick, but as a strategic decision to maintain brand positioning within a highly specific demographic. So who is this truck truly for? It is not designed for the average luxury buyer, nor for traditional pickup enthusiasts who measure worth by payload weightings alone. It is engineered for individuals who require utility but refuse to compromise on craftsmanship, for those who expect executive comfort regardless of terrain, and for buyers who understand that exclusivity is not about attention but about access. This vehicle does not attempt to please everyone, and that is precisely why it commands attention. Here on Aussie Rev, our goal is to break down vehicles with clarity and honesty, not hype. And the reality is this: The 2026-27 Mercedes-Maybach GLS 800 pickup truck is not a necessity, it is a statement. Before you decide whether it belongs in your garage, ask yourself whether you value function alone or function elevated to art. Because once you understand what this truck represents, you realize it was never competing with traditional pickups at all. It was creating its own category. Now, I want to hear from you. Would you spend this level of money on a luxury pickup, or would you choose a high-performance alternative instead? And more importantly, which vehicle should we break down next here on Aussie Rev? Drop your opinion in the comments below, because your feedback shapes what we analyze next. And if you found this deep dive valuable, make sure you subscribe so you never buy before you watch the full breakdown.